you're a professional?
Are you?
That's it, Clark. Show him who's boss.
Oh, we're all in this together.
Hello Griswold gang, what is going on? Welcome back to the Clark Griswold YouTube channel. Thank you guys for being here. If you are a first timer to the channel or a first timer to the Strat, then welcome to you guys. We are about to change the way that you guys trade in the stock market. Okay, if you haven't done so below, you can go down, click that subscribe button, and then hit that bell. That bell is the important part. It gives you the notifications for when I send out videos just like this one. And guys, I send out videos every single day. I send out top 5 watch lists. I send out a main watch list, weekly swings, monthly swings. I've got over 200 videos for you guys to learn from for free. Okay, we go from the Strat setups to what the candlestick numbers mean, entries and exits, broadening formations, Sarah Strat Snipers 50% rule, how to manage your trades, what the Strat setups are. Okay, I go through everything for you guys, and again, I do it for free for you guys. Okay, you can also follow me on Twitter at Mr. Clark Griswold. So follow me there, and if you have questions, you can ask me there. You can DM me there if you want. I get back to you guys usually the same day. I'm here to help you guys out, so if you have questions, doesn't matter what they are, ask away. I will help you guys, or I will try and push you guys in the right direction to help get you those answers. Hey, thank you guys for watching the videos. It gives me the opportunity to actually make them and continue making them, so I thank you guys for that. In saying that, the videos do take me a lot of time, although I do love them. It does take a lot of time out of my day, so in order to keep this stuff free, and me starting a Discord and having to charge people for this stuff, I ask you to do one simple thing, and let's just watch the ads. If there's a 15-second ad, I know it sucks, nobody likes watching them, but if there's a 15-second, 30-second ad, watch it. Go get yourself a drink of water or whatever you got to do, but let those advertisers pay to keep this stuff free for you guys. Okay, keep the money in your pockets, because you guys don't need to spend it on this stuff. Okay, it's free. So that's what I ask you to do. Thank you for doing that. I appreciate it. Let's get started on this video, which is just a replay from Lotto Friday on June 20, what are we looking at, 24th, where we went through KR, which had this triple inside bar, and then GME, I think, which had a double inside bar. So in all honesty, I front ran this just as a nothing more than a fun play. I only bought 2 contracts. I think they were 32 cents a piece. And I just kind of wanted to see where it went. But this trade actually did work out on Friday, as well as GME on a couple different scenarios. So let's get started with Kroger Company. Had this triple inside bar, which are super, super rare. And if you're watching for the first time and you don't really know much about inside bars or one bars. So one bars do not break the high or the low of the previous candle. They stay within the range of the previous candle. As you can see here, this inside bar did not break the high or the low. This inside bar did not break the high or the low of the previous candles. They stayed within the range. And every time I see an inside bar, I look at them as being a spring. And when you coil a spring or tighten a spring and release it, it explodes to one direction or the other, and that's what we kept on hoping for off of these inside bars. So I'm just going to go, you can see it triggered here, and I have 76 here. At the top of this purple line here was where it hit about 76 cents on the contract. Okay, same day expiry, and I believe it was a $48 or $49 strike. I don't recall. But if we go to the 5-minute chart and just kind of take a look at how this thing played out, I got out on the second 5-minute bar, and I went from 32 to 56 or in that range. It was about 62% is what I made on this play. And again, it was only 2 contracts. It was only $64 that I spent, but it was just something fun I wanted to do to see where it went. So if we look here off of this opening range of the 5-minute bar, we started trending up and we tagged that trigger and started to come back down. And when we came back down, that's when I sold it off of this 5-minute bar. So that was 62% for me, and at that point I didn't really care. 62% is 62%, and I would have rather sold here than to see myself drop. And when I bought, guys, I bought right in this range right here. This 5-10 minutes right before close is where I bought it. And I would have hated to be holding on to this and see it come back down. And I probably would have sold it for a loss before it came back up. So 62%, I'll take that all day long. And it was just, as I said, it was a fun play. So I was in and out of it. I didn't hold it long into the morning. Okay, but what happened was at about 8:40, so 8:40 my time, just over an hour into the morning, we broke through that trigger, okay, at 48.42. And at that point, you could have made that trigger your stop loss. So we trended up through first targets, and at that point, you could have made this first target your stop loss, okay? And then we trended up a little bit more. So at this point, you could have made this target your stop loss. And as we came back through, you could have sold out. So realistically on this trade, I don't know what this option was at that point, but let's say it was around 56 and we came up here to 76 and you sold at 70. Guys, that's a really good win. That's a 50% win off of this play from the trigger. So call it from 50 to 75 or 56 to 70, it's about 25% or 50%. That's an excellent win in just 5-10 minutes. Okay, so this was a great trade. If you got on it on Friday, I know a couple people did. I saw DMs thanking me for it. So I know people got in on this, and I know people made money on this. So congratulations to you guys. And before I go any further, I did forget to mention something. I want to thank you guys for the donations and the super thanks. So the super thanks are just that heart at the bottom of this chart with a little $sign in it. So people are clicking those and donating, or donating at the link in the description for PayPal. So thank you guys very much. And I just want to give a shout out to those guys: Susan B, Terrence R, Mark S, Tyler M, Jason C, Tracy S, and Kathleen B. Thank you guys all very much for those donations. They're very much appreciated. So thank you guys very much. So again, as we said, we triggered, this becomes your stop loss. We hit first target, this becomes your stop loss. We hit the next target, this becomes your stop loss. The second target becomes your stop loss. And even if it's not, even if you're using the bottom of the previous candle, your stop loss was down here as it trended down, and you still would have made really, really great money off of this Kroger trade. So good job on that one, guys. Let's go to look at this last one at GME. So I'll switch back to the daily chart real quick here. And off of this daily chart, GME was a double inside bar. Okay, so this was on our watch list. It was on the top 5 watch list. GME, inside bar 1, inside bar 2. So we were looking for a break to the high side or the low side. We had our target set. Okay, so we can go to the 5-minute. And a lot of guys say to stick to the 15 or the 30. This trade would have worked out there as well. You probably just would have done a little better watching that 5. And there's nothing saying you can't follow that 5-minute chart or the 15-minute chart or the 30-minute chart to look for reversals or a spot to get out of the trade. For me personally, I like to switch down to the 5, and I basically go between the 1, the 3, the 5, and the 15, and I kind of watch all of those charts to look for where the direction of the stock is going. Okay, so GME, right off of the morning bell, 7:30 in the morning, we open and break through first targets. So again, guys, on GME, we broke through that double inside bar from 143.90 to what do we have there? 144.73. So it's almost $1 gain. That's a really good gain on an option play. Okay? And even if you use this first target as your stop loss, you made money. Okay? If you're using your trigger now as your stop loss still, you did not break through that. Okay? So you should still be in this trade if the trigger is your stop loss and you're even. Okay? And then it trends back up and it blows through the first target again and then the second target. So at this point, your second target for sure should be a stop loss. Okay? And then we keep trending up. You could have used this reversal here, this 2 up red followed by a 2 down red, and that could have been your stop loss, so right here. Or as it trends down further, you still keep that second target as your stop loss, and you're fine, and you're out of the trade, okay? For really good gains on this stuff, okay? So that was a play on GameStop, guys, on the daily trigger. But I had, again, one of my followers tweeted out, and I was going to also say, even if we go look on the 15-minute chart, now I have to scoot ahead because we're on the 22nd. But where are we here now? That's the 23rd and the 24th. Here we go. So even if you guys are following this on the 15-minute and you take profit somewhere in here, you still have your stop loss here. You're still good for really good gains on GameStop. Whether you're looking at the 5, the 15, or likely even the 30, you still trend up and you can still use this as your stop loss, okay? So let's move on. So again, I had one of my followers tweet out this trade here. Okay, so what we had, and I'm just going to move this down. He tweeted out a hashtag 30 and 30. And if you guys don't know what that is, you're about to learn. If you want more examples, I've got 4 videos on this stuff, on how to play it and what it is. So I'm just going to move this existing yellow trigger that we had, and I'm going to put it right here. So on this 30 and 30, we had a 2 up. And so we're on the day and on the hourly, we're green. Then we had this inside bar. Okay, so at this point, at this green line, that's because that's where we opened. At this point, that's where the day turns to red and the hourly turns to red. Okay? So we trigger off of this inside bar. So we had a 2 up, inside bar, 2 down, and like I said, at this point, the day and the hourly are both red. And we need that day chart and the hourly chart to be the same color and a reversal to play the 30 and 30, okay? So those are the 2 criteria that need to be met and that were met. We had a reversal, 2-1-2 to the downside, and at this green line, we switched from the daily to red and the hourly went to red, okay? So at that point now, we're past there, we trigger, and we're gone. And we hit off of this 30-minute bar target 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and not quite 6. So 5 targets for a really good 30 and 30. Now, if you're looking at this and you're like, there's no reversal, I'm going to stay in it, which is great. Okay, we had this inside bar and then we trended down even further through more targets all the way down to here. Our first actual sign to get out of this, outside of magnitude or pivot points or targets, was this reversal right here, okay, off of this. Now, if you wanted to get back in, there was one more 30 and 30 right here. So we came 2 up again, but we're still red on the day, and then we flip back to the downside, and let me move this yellow line to here. That's our second 30 and 30 play on GME on the day. Okay, so we trigger, and there's our target right there, and we hit it on the second 30-minute bar as well as the third 30-minute bar off of that trigger. Okay, so 230 and 30 plays on the same day on the same stock, plus the trigger in the morning off of the double inside bar, plus the KR triple inside bar win. Those were your Lotto Friday plays, guys. And I know a lot of people won off of these because I got a ton of DMs telling me how well people did on this stuff. So make sure you're checking out the content. Learn the 30 and 30. Watch the watch list videos that I send out every day, and watch those learning tools. You guys will get this stuff. It's going to be like breathing to you guys. It's the easiest trading strategy you guys will ever learn. So make sure you're following along on Twitter. Subscribe down below. Watch those ads, and we will see you on the next one, guys. Bye-bye.